Night. Welcome to another exciting and soon-to-be classic edition of whatever the heck we're doing right now. Yeah, we are taking a departure on Thursday nights from homesteading stuff, mainly because I have a big nerdy background.
Yeah, straight up nerdy.
And so we're inviting you guys along to do some tech talk. And while I and Mama are on this journey of homesteading, we didn't start out this way. We were pretty much raging nerds. Well, not you.
Wait. You cannot include me in that statement at all, because I am so not nerdy.
Well, and you know what's really funny is that nerdy has changed.
Yes.
I remember back when I was in, high school, and that movie Revenge of the Nerds came out, and there was all the guys with the broken glasses. And these glasses, like if you had these glasses, it was considered to be so nerdy, and now these are like all trendy and everything. And I only wear them just because I thought Buddy Holly was cool, and a lot of artists that I thought were cool wore these retro looking things, and I just thought it was pretty neat. But back in the day, nerdy was, the geeks in the pocket protectors, and now it's like so trendy to be into computers and everything like that. Right. And so it's changed over the years, being nerdy.
Yeah, I'm not one for tech stuff at all. I can run a computer-ish.
You can run it right out of town.
Run it right out of town. That's right. I can start a program, but to make a Word document is kind of challenging.
Well,
I've been a mom, not a computer person.
So, as we're adding folks to the live stream tonight, this is not going to be a homesteading thing. This is going to be technical, basic stuff, and maybe some even more advanced things on how to make content, how to create compelling videos, how to get it out into the YouTube world, how to get seen. I even had planned on talking a little bit tonight about how you make money with YouTube and the internet and all of those kind of different things. So our regularly homesteady thing
is on Sunday night at 7 o'clock
Eastern. So yeah, I might be a redneck version of a nerd. LOL. XZKY or XT.
Thank you, Amanda.
So also, one thing that is for sure though, guys, is that like we do on our Sunday night program, this is interactive, and you'll find out real quick. I don't believe anybody has a corner on the market of good ideas, meaning to say that just because something is my idea or it's something that we do does not mean it's A, always right, B, the right thing for you, or frankly, it's tech moves so fast that something I could tell you right now that I do that absolutely works may not work tomorrow.
Right. No, it changes so quickly.
So we are talking tech tonight, and in the past few, I guess tech talks, I guess we could call them. We've talked about video basics, and feel free to go back into the channel and watch these things. I try really hard to make sure that when we're doing an interactive thing that is live, that I try to restate a question if you guys ask a question, so that way you don't miss out and go, what did he just talk about?
Right. Well, and if you have a question, it really does help us if you put it all in caps.
Yeah, because that catches our eye better.
A little bit. Yeah. I know Wayne has a question. How do I know if I have my AdSense set up right?
Okay, we will talk about AdSense, and I actually do have that on the plan. But I kind of want to wait on that just a little bit. I want to skim right over the top of a few of the basics that we've gone over And I won't take long, guys. These are just going to be key things that I've hit on in the past. Basics of video for YouTube. If you're on a cell phone, which way do we hold our camera? For YouTube, yes. We don't hold it like this bad. We hold it this way.
You got black marks on your, what is it?
Yeah.
It's black on the sides, and you don't get a very good picture.
It's because of what they call aspect ratio, and it depends on the way that the camera is oriented. So if you go with YouTube, it's this way. If it's with Facebook, it's this way. Also, too, hold the camera still. These are just things we've talked about in the past. If you can do any one purchase outside of your camera, it's a tripod.
Yeah, tripods are beautiful things.
You gotta hold the shot steady, or else it's gonna make people sick.
Right. Right.
So, and then, okay, recapping from the other day, hold tripod, hold it steady, aspect ratio, 2/3 rule. Does everybody remember the 2/3 rule? My eyes are now on the 2/3 line of the screen. You split the screen into the thirds, and you put your eyes. I'm going to be lazy and I'm going to sit back down. But there's been study after study after study that when your eyes are on the 2/3 line, it makes the viewer feel more engaged, like they're being talked to or communicated with a real live human.
Yes.
So right now, this would be right for me. Mama's wrong, but
I'm short.
And you split the difference.
Right.
But I'm going to be lazy and I'm going to sit back down. So
right.
2/3 rule. It's very, very important. It helps you communicate more effectively. Other basic stuff. If you got a camera and you got that one purchase of a tripod, the next thing, audio.
Yeah.
Get whatever audio that you can afford within reason, guys. There are so many choices, and you can go back and look at our other videos, but there are so many choices in audio that it can be really, really confusing. And the kind of audio that you select depends on the kind of video you make. I've shown my little microphone that I just love, love, love. This is by a company called Rode. Ooh, look, it just sharpened up. Nice.
Nice.
And it goes right onto your cell phone, just like this. So you can point it at your subject, or you can turn it around and film yourself. And it's really nice, and I think it's like 60, 70 bucks, something like that. It wasn't that bad. However, oh yeah, look at that. This is Brad as a rock star. See there? Actually, wait a minute. This was filmed, and you can't see the people behind me, but there were 3 million people in that crowd. We were in Rome, Italy, getting ready to play for the Pope. So that's pretty awesome.
I wish I could have been there.
Yeah. So
we had
anyway.
a little baby at the time. So.
Okay, questions. Brad, it's a great mic. Thanks for the info about it. No problem.
Cool.
I do love it. And another quick skim over before we move on. Those of you who are with me, proximity effect. And that means the closer you get a sound source to the microphone, the more bassy it's going to get. And if you get too close, it's going to rumble out and it'll be all rumbly and too much. Yeah. So you've got to make sure that you're close, but not distorting your mic. Now, there's another thing actually, and I don't think I talked about this in the past, but they're called plosives. That's Plosives. Plosives. When you speak, a lot of air comes out of your mouth very quickly on P's and B's. So say it with me, kids. P's and B's. Stick your hand right here and you'll feel it. P's and B's. And what that does to a microphone, it makes this little diaphragm in there vibrate so fast it's going to distort out. So when you guys, oh man, BC bought the mic, and he had to trust me, dude.
Replace his phone.
Sorry, buddy. Sorry. But what happens is, like, when you're outside and you hear you got your microphone out there, your camera, and you're filming, and it's all rumbly and so bassy. That's probably because the wind is blowing onto that diaphragm. Now the diaphragm in this microphone is a very thin piece of plastic or mylar, and it vibrates just like your ear does. And in the microphone, it changes that into mechanical electrical energy, and then the phone or your recording source records that.
Right.
If it's too much wind, it's always shaking and you'll never get any clarity. So when you're doing if you're like inside, even if you're really too close, you can distort it out. Those are plosives, P's and B's. If you have a big microphone, like this isn't a really big microphone, but you've got the big studio mics, like, you know, that look like a big capsule, you can get what's called a pop filter, POP filter. And it's just a thin piece of actually like pantyhose,
right,
nylon, that's stretched over a wire.
And it helps to diffuse those
the P's
sounds.
and the B's. It spreads them out so that the air doesn't go bam and distort the microphone out.
Right. Real quick, William was asking, what is Facebook's payment plan?
I don't understand payment plan.
I'm thinking that if there is, like, if you're doing live videos on your Facebook page, do they have any kind of
monetization?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. That's okay. And we are going to talk about monetization tonight, guys. Monetization is how you make money monetized from either your YouTube page or anything you make online. And right now, Facebook is beta testing monetization on their platform. They're going to try to give YouTube a run for their money.
Yeah.
Now, right now, I know of a few people that are beta testing. And for those of you who don't know what beta testing means, is they're just testing it. They're trying out some different ideas to see what's going to work for the general public, and they haven't decided anything yet.
Right.
But they have not officially implemented a monetization program yet. Now, I want to know, I've got some stuff here. Would you guys rather talk more about the basic mechanics of making a video, or would you rather talk tonight on how money is made on YouTube and how to work with Google and how to optimize your content? I'm going to kind of try to look and see, do you want more basics of making videos, or do you want more of how to actually start to develop your channel and monetize those streams? So I'm going to kind of watch here and see. Mama, you read. Money. YouTube. Okay, Caps Fan 37. We're waiting. I bet you they're typing. Hey, y'all.
Hey, Brenda.
Hi, Brenda. Hey, Doc. Working with GSDs, nature of my voice is extremely important, so I haven't caused youngsters to... Okay, yeah. How money is made. Upload and editing. Game. Optimize content. Money, money, money. Bring on them Benjamins. Money. Basics money. You know what? Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna skim it. If you guys have questions, the tech stuff, guys, trust me, I've been doing this since high school, and by this I don't mean YouTube. I mean making content, and then either giving music to people in terms of a CD and they pay for it, or videos from a band. I've been dealing with media forever.
Right.
So we're gonna have to bounce around a lot, but we'll take it one step at a time. Okay.
Well, and I think something that's important about making the money, a couple people have said you can't make the money without the content.
Content is king.
Content. That's got to come first, and then the money will follow.
Yes. So let's start there. The first question I would say that anybody who's interested in putting out a YouTube page or a Facebook page or any social media for that matter is ask yourself seriously, why am I doing this? Because I got to tell you what, guys, we're going to talk a little bit about what's called CPM on YouTube. And that means that's like an algorithm that YouTube figures out with advertisers on how much money you're making for every little click, everything that's watched. But the big thing is this: what are you doing it for?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you can't answer that question, you can't answer that. That's beginning question. If you can't answer that question clearly, concisely, and actually have a real reason, you're probably wasting everybody's time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not
Including
saying
your
that to
own.
be mean. I'm just saying
Right.
that's a fact.
Right. Real quick though, sorry to get you off topic. Brad, does editing software convert video formats?
Yes.
What's the best format to upload?
The highest quality you can do.
Yes.
And I going off grid, I see what you're saying there. And here's the thing. Every camera that you have access to, all are going to have a different look, feel, the amount of pixels you can record. Is it HD? Is it 4K? What is it? My opinion has always been make the best quality you can make, because YouTube is going to jack with it.
Yeah.
And what happens, the basics of this are these. Like, here's one of my main cameras, and I've shown you guys this before. It's a Canon XA10. And by the way, all this stuff's in the links below. If it goes fast, whatever, you can check it out later. But I can shoot full HD that 10 years ago would have cost 30 grand to get that kind of quality.
Yeah.
Now it's, things go so fast. But the problem is this, guys. You film your stuff as high quality as you want, but what happens is when you upload the video to YouTube, in order for YouTube to make it streamable, and that means anybody with an internet connection can watch a different scale quality of your video, they actually have software, bots, that go, okay, here's your full video, full quality. Now, if somebody has screaming internet and awesome connections, they can watch it at this high quality level.
Right.
But then somebody who has like a mediocre connection, it will change it. It will actually give you a compressed version. So it's not going to be as high quality, but it'll still play it.
Right.
And so on and so forth, all the way down. So my opinion has always been, get the quality as high as your camera can afford and upload it, because they're going to change it and they're going to compress it based on the internet connection of the end user.
Right, right. Kitty's asking, what camera are you using to live stream right now? It's a Logitech, and actually there's a link in the description box below.
Let me see if I can scroll this down and see it. It's a Logitech that it cost us $100, but it's not that much anymore.
Yeah, we've had ours for a while.
Is it in here?
I thought it was.
It was in a different video. It's a Logitech. I'm going to go ahead and open up a different window. Hopefully this doesn't jack us up here. TE Logitech webcam. It is a...
And I'm sorry if we don't get to your question. If you don't mind reposting it, it's.
We're trying.
We're trying.
Okay.
Please forgive us.
The camera that we're using. Oh, it froze. Bummer. It's a Logitech C920. And it might be the C920 Pro, but ours has like the Carl Zeiss ZEIS lens, and we paid $100, but I think they're only like $70 now. And just so you guys know, this is the video and audio straight off that camera.
Yeah.
There's nothing professional happening here right now.
Right. There's no external
Nope.
audio. How does the upload speed affect streaming?
Upload speed?
That's what he's asking.
Like,
basics to living. Sorry.
Okay, well, let me ask that. Now, when you mean like upload speed from your computer, let's say I've made a video and I'm uploading it to YouTube, if that's what you're asking, it has nothing to do with the download speed from YouTube. Zero. Your upload speed is based on your internet connection, how fast Time Warner works or your DSL works.
Right. So,
and upload is a lot slower than download.
Right. So if you have a poor upload speed, you're going to have a poor quality stream, correct?
No. It just takes longer. Here's the thing,
I see.
guys. Like let's say that you're uploading a video that's 3 minutes, and it's just over like a gigabyte of data. For us, we are blessed with really, really fast internet, so that would only take us like 15 minutes to upload it.
He's asking about online streaming. If you have a slow upload speed for online
It will
streaming,
definitely affect it.
That's what I was thinking.
It will most certainly affect it, because if you don't have a fast internet connection, what's going to happen is all of the software involved, whether it's YouTube or whether it's your streaming software, it's all going to go, hey, whoa, 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 I can't handle HD.
Right.
And it's going to scale it back. Like, maybe some of you guys have seen, let's just see, some of the channels on the Homestead Network that are way, way out there in the boonies, way rural, like Canada.
Yeah.
Poor 46 degrees north. That guy, he spent so much money on literally building an 80-foot tower,
yeah.
and his video is still blocky and pixelated. And the reason why is because that question, he doesn't have a very high upload speed.
Yeah.
And so all of the software adjusts everything to try to make it work. So yes, upload speed is a huge deal. Have you seen a question recently, or should I start getting into the money?
I actually did see a question. Let me scroll back just 1 second here.
Do you ever have to upgrade components in your video equipment, like doing it for a laptop? Okay. When you are dealing with laptops, generally it's not very easy to upgrade parts in a laptop. They do that on purpose because it's small, it's portable, they don't want you messing with it. Everything is usually built onto what's called the motherboard. Very little can you change on a laptop. You can usually add RAM, which is random access memory, which does help a lot, but you're not going to be able to generally update your video card, which has a direct impact on video production.
Right. I believe there was another question saying, can you use the webcam on your laptop to post videos?
Yes, you absolutely can. The thing I don't like about using the built-in stuff is you're stuck with what they give you. And right. Guys, I was in the military, and one of the things that was always drilled into my head, always, is always remember that your M16A2 service rifle was built by the lowest bidder. And that goes for video equipment. That goes for everything. Do not kid yourself. That $100 flashlight whiz-bang prepper awesomeness that you paid for was built by somebody who was the lowest bidder, generally, unless it's a company that's really not that interested in making a lot of profit, and then they're very expensive.
Exactly.
So I'm going to move on, guys, I'm going to start to talk about a little bit about the way that YouTube and Google works in terms of how do you build your channel, how do you actually make money, thank you, Big Bear, Semper Fi, amen, sir. Okay, how come we never talked about that? Your M16A2 service rifle, sir, was built by the lowest bidder. And I vaguely remember that all the plastic on that M16A2 service rifle, sir, was made by Mattel, the toy company. And I'm not kidding.
I believe you.
Big Bear will tell you.
That's so funny.
The lowest bidder. Murphy's Law, right? Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the way that a lot of you guys are out there, and the reason why we're having these tech talks, I want to stop because I don't want anybody to think this is about, I'm going to be a millionaire. Trust me, it don't work that way.
No.
What we are trying to do is build a community, guys. We're trying to get everybody more self-reliant. Yeah. We are trying to get people away from the mentality of, if it doesn't come from a store, I don't even know what it is. Hey, get your fingers in the dirt. Make something happen. Grow some tomatoes.
Right.
And that's why we're doing what we're doing. However, it takes a butt truck of time to do this. And yeah, that's an actual measurement. That is an actual measurement. A BC truck. Do you mind commenting on what an actual butt truck?
Oh, stop.
No, he's trucked butt for a long time. He knows. It's a measurement.
Okay.
It's somewhere between
All right,
ouch and wow.
And boing.
Boing. So.
Keith, it's too hot in the South.
It is too hot in the South.
It's too hot here.
Yeah. Okay. So overall basics, guys. The way that the internet, Google, the way that you make money, the reason why people even know your channel is because of one thing and one thing only. Money. We could have the greatest content in the world and nobody would ever see it unless by some miracle they just accidentally happened on our channel. And I know this for a fact because I've talked to several other YouTube creators, and the bottom line is this, guys. You can make the best stuff in the world and nobody's going to see it unless unless they watch. How do they watch? Well, YouTube has certain algorithms, software. Google has certain criteria that rate you up or down so that when people search, let's say that you search a video, let's say that you're trying to find a video on how to milk a cow. How to milk a cow.
Yep.
And then Google, YouTube, search engines are going to go, all right, let's look at all these criteria. And they're not going to go, well, you know what? This guy from the Big Family Homestead channel who's nobody and has 12 viewers and has nothing, we're going to rate them higher than Wrangler Star because we think their video's better. Nope. No. Now, so everything is driven by money and everything is driven by two things. Now, here's the thing, guys. I have, when you hit certain plateaus in your channel, as you grow, you get certain benefits. And one of the benefits that I have gotten from YouTube is when I hit 20,000 subscribers, and thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, and all you guys. They called me and said, hey, do you want some help? We will give you a channel coach. And so I'm going to give you some tips. Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun. That the channel coach talked with me about, guys. And I really want to get to some of this stuff, so I'm going to try and talk quick. You listen quick, write down your questions. You can always watch back. Now, the two main things. I sat and talked with this guy hours over a few days. And I asked him every question I could think about with like comments and thumbs up and thumbs down and how do you do this and how do you do that. And they said it really boils down to two things, guys. On YouTube, views and watch time. How many people are actually watching your video? And by watching it, I mean they have to watch it at least 20 seconds to 30 seconds or it might not even count.
Right.
Number one. And watch time. Are they, if you're making a 60-minute video, are they on for 40 seconds and I'm out? They rate that. There are algorithms that watch that and they know if you're doing what's called clickbait.
Right.
Clickbait is bad juju.
No
you
clickbait.
Don't want clickbait. And so for what, if you guys don't know what clickbait is, that means I have put up a thumbnail that's very, very tantalizing and makes me want to watch it for whatever reason.
Right.
But when I actually go to watch it, it has very little or nothing to do with the video. And we've all been there. You see some cool thing, like you're like, wow, I got to watch that. And you watch it and it's a total lie.
Right. That drives me crazy.
That's clickbait.
It's just a waste of time.
Clickbait will bite you in the butt. But YouTube says, it really boils down to two things, views and watch time. And I talked to this guy now because I'm like concerned, as yes, I saw someone earlier. Yes, I am pensively stroking my beard. A lot of people wonder what about all the thumbs up? What about all the thumbs down? He said it doesn't mean jack squat.
Yeah, it's more of a bug for me when we get a thumbs down on, say, a video for Grace.
Our daughter who's
Really?
special needs.
Come on.
It's like, she has freaking cerebral palsy, you jerks.
I know. Yeah, exactly. Whatever.
So, and because we fret over that stuff.
Yeah.
We as channel creators, we go, who would do that?
Who would not like a video about Grace?
And so basically they said it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All that really is based, the reason why they have the thumbs up or thumbs down is a couple things. They said it's so that you know how you can gauge your content, so that people can so you can decide what your crowd likes, number one or two.
Right.
And I asked them, I even said, well, what about all these channels that get all these really, they'll have like 1 million views on something, but half of them are thumbs down. And he just kind of chuckled and said, doesn't matter.
That's so funny.
And there are channels out there that will intentionally make videos that all they're designed to do is tick people off because they know they're getting the money.
Right.
It doesn't matter. So views and watch time. Now, another thing, okay, the way that you guys, quote, make money on YouTube is advertising. It's money. All those little ads that pop up, the pre-roll things that they make you watch through, all of that stuff advertisers pay for. And as a channel creator, you get a teensy weensy little sliver of whatever that is. Okay, I'm gonna Lisa's world.
What do you want in watch time? I run 35%, which I'm told is good.
Okay, Lisa, what do you want in watch time? 35% is good. I actually went to my channel and looked up some stuff. Now, I promise you, I'm not trying to be weird about any of this stuff at all. The better the watch time, the better your ranking will go up in Google. And I started asking around, and I started asking people about it because I was like concerned, because you've got analytics coming out of your eyes. If you have a YouTube channel, it's hard to sort through all this stuff. You're looking at all these analytics and you're going, how do I make any sense of this? But you'll start to see your crowd, and you'll start to understand who they are. Watch time. Mine's nearly 60%. And I'm not saying that to say any weird thing. I think it's just I'm a weird duck, and people keep looking at me thinking he's going to die at any second. And they look at me and go,
I hope not.
He's going to fall over. What is that freak of nature doing? Why is he touching his face all the time? And I think they're always wondering, he could die at any moment. I cannot take my eyes off this.
Okay, does external watching count? JRC Homestead asking. Okay.
Yes.
Posting it on your Facebook page,
yes,
that still counts.
A view is a view is a view is a view is a view. It doesn't matter where it comes from because it's still going through the YouTube machine.
Is it a view?
It's a view. Now, you can do things that will increase your watch time. When you're creating your content, guys, try to think, if you were in the viewer's situation, if you were sitting there, are you still interested?
Right.
Have you gone 30 seconds without going, man, I want to click away? Because if you can't even interest you, how are you going to interest other people?
Right, right. Okay.
Ask questions. Throw up. I mean, don't actually throw up.
Ooh.
But that would be interesting to an interesting crowd, but you might not want them.
No. Is watch time generally better on shorter videos or longer ones? Or do you think it's all about content?
Okay.
That's a question from Jan.
Jan,
yes.
My opinion is this, and what I'm compiling from all of these different things. Watch time and views, they are equally as important. Okay? If you got a 30-minute video that people are only watching 2 minutes of, but that content is awesome, I still think you missed the mark.
Yeah.
But if you got a 4-minute video and people are watching 3 minutes and 30 seconds of it,
that's great.
I think you're jamming.
Yeah.
you really, really, really just need to find that balance, because nobody can keep everybody's attention forever. I mean, think about the way that you watch this. If you weren't watching it live, you'd probably go, I'm going to skim around until I find something that interests me.
Right.
I do it. It's even I do it to Wrangler Star, and and I like Cody. I like his videos, but I'm like, dang, dude, that's 20 minutes of my life, and all I really wanted was the 1 minute that your title was.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people really find that entertaining. I just don't have time for it.
Yeah, honestly, for me, videos that are less than 5 minutes are great, because then you get all of your information in a short amount of time.
Well, and that's
with 7 kids, I don't have time to sit and watch a video for half an
well,
hour.
so there is the struggle,
Yeah.
and you do have to find a balance of when we make, for example, in Palmetto Paratrooper, I want to come back. How do you find time to make so much content? And I'll talk about that just a little bit. But we struggle. I personally struggle in my own life when I'm making a video. If I cannot honestly say I would sit down and watch most of that video, I don't put it out.
Right.
If it has no value, I've wasted everybody's time.
Right, exactly.
If there's nothing there, rethink what you're doing. That goes back to the first thing, guys. Why do you have a channel? Why do you do it at all? And that segues perfectly into Palmetto Paratrooper. How do you find time to make so much content? Okay, guys, here's the thing. I have in my past video production experience. I think in a way that creates these videos. And so when I sit down and make a video, I understand that most people would have a very long time making a 4-minute video that I would make.
Yeah, you've gotten your editing very streamlined, and you're very quick at it.
Well,
what is someone asked earlier, what is a good editing software that is easy to use?
Well, we need to come back to that, but I want to finish answering here. Write that down so I don't forget.
Okay.
But how do I find time to do this? For me, it's a lot faster than a lot of people because I've been doing it for the past 18 years. So when I am literally with the camera in front of my face, I know exactly how I want to edit it as I'm doing it. And Empty Hammock is right. It does take practice. When I'm shooting, I'm already editing in my head. I already know where I want to make the cut. And he'll be able to attest. Barry will be able to attest. We sent him some video that we made for a promo that we're doing for the Homestead Network that he's editing. Yep. And if you watch the raw video, when she's making comments or I'm making comments, I'll go, she'll go, so such and such, and I'll say, no. I'll stop because I know that he didn't have enough time in the beginning of the cut so that he got the full word.
Yeah.
And so I know when I'm sitting down as an editor, this is going to screw me over.
It's really hard to make videos with me.
No, baby. No. It's that I know as an editor because I've been on both sides of that. I've been on the production side, I've been on the shooting side, I've been on the editing side, and I know that wasn't a good take.
Right. Do that one again.
Exactly. And you're like, what? It sounds exactly like the one I just did.
Right.
But I know you need X amount of this. So to answer your question, Palmetto, it's taken a long time to get to the point where I can sit down and make a video quickly. And by quickly, I mean shoot it, edit, post it in an hour, hour and a half. But it doesn't take me 5 hours anymore. I can do them fast because I know what I want to see. I know what I want to hear.
Right.
And I think it's important to think when you're sitting down and planning it out, what do I want? What does my finished product look like? And so then for me, it's just a matter of click. It just takes time now.
Yeah.
So now go back. Mama.
Yeah. Well, Grandpa was saying rule of thumb is 1 hour editing for every minute of video.
Grandpa's farm?
Yeah.
That may be for
me.
And Carl,
Gotta talk, brother.
No. I promise you, I'm not trying to be a dork. Our vlog videos, guys, that I'm trying to get them to like be around 8 minutes because I'm watching other successful channels and what they do.
Yeah.
That is a harder edit. Like the vlog videos are much harder than like, here's 5 things you can do with a paperclip. It's much harder, but that still only takes me like an hour.
Right.
And the reason why is practice.
Yeah.
I've been doing it every day for 10 years.
Right. Do people make more than one video at a time and schedule the releases out?
Yes, I do it all the time.
We do it.
If I'm on a roll and I'm like, that one was easy, and I'm looking at the clock and it's 11 a.m., I'm like, let's do another one.
Yeah.
Because you never know what's going to happen. For example, tomorrow's video, which is an interview with Big Bear Homestead, it's coming out. We've got it scheduled already. It's already uploaded. It's already done. That affords me more time to put more effort into our vlog video that's going to come out on Saturday. Why? Vlog videos take a lot longer time.
Yeah, they do, because we're trying to get bits and
Shots
pieces
of
of
this,
everything
shots
that
of
we're
that.
doing during the week, and it takes longer for you to edit those.
Yeah, well, and the thing is one of the things, guys, is that they say that on YouTube consistency is insanely important. I don't care if you do a video every other day, but every channel that I've watched from Casey Neistat on down, they say content every day, and it makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and not every channel is doing that though,
but
making one every day does help increase your views.
Yeah. And don't get down on it, guys, because the thing is this, I have been, since I was honestly 16 years old, my dad bought a reel-to-reel 8-track recording audio studio thing, and since 16 years old, I had my butt in front of a mixing console, and I was along the ride for the first digital 2 tracks. They could do 2 tracks of audio.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
It's a lot.
And you can look at it. It's called a waveform. You can see it.
Oh,
and I've been
funny.
doing that forever.
Yeah.
So I've grown up on it. So don't feel bad that I'm fast. It's just how it is.
Right. How many cameras do you have running at a time?
Okay. Depends on the kind of shoot that I'm doing.
Right.
Generally, the videos that we make, MIDI files, haha, it's funny. You know what MIDI stands for? MIDI? Musical instruments demonically influenced. And if you've been involved with MIDI, you know what I mean.
That's funny.
I lost my train of thought. MIDI got me, because it's like clink, 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 clink. Yes,
How
MIDI.
many cameras do you run at a time?
Generally 1.
Yeah.
I've done cooking videos. We've done cooking videos where I'll line up other cameras and multiple cameras. But honestly, guys, I only do that when we're doing like weddings.
Yeah.
Because you got to have the multiple shots because it's live, baby. And let me tell you what, hell hath no fury than a bride who thinks she got a crappy wedding video.
Oh
Ooh, you don't want to mess with that.
No.
When you're sitting there asking for the remainder of your check.
Deposit, yeah.
Woo! They don't like that. So generally, I just do lots of shots and I edit. You can do multiple cameras, but you can. I can't afford lots of good cameras.
Well, and we only have one tripod, right?
One good tripod.
One good one. Yeah, we've got a junky one. And Hope, we have had people stare at us when we're vlogging at the store.
Ha!
I hate it.
I've gone to go, I don't care. Because you know what? You're on stage, baby. And they're all going, who are they?
I don't like it. I don't like it when people stare. And so he'll try and get me to talk. And I talk real quiet. He's like, no, you got to talk louder.
They can't hear you.
I know they can't hear me. I don't want the other people hearing me either. So that's why
one thing I want to get to, guys, in terms of, I've been filming weddings for years. Man, that is stressful. You are right, dude. Once again, hell hath no fury like a bride who thinks she got a crappy wedding video. Oh my gosh.
That's funny.
Yeah. So practical stuff. I want to hit some practical stuff that will make your videos and your channel recognition go up fast, or not necessarily fast, but faster than usual. Number one, what is this word we got right there? Thumbnails. Think about the way that you guys watch videos. You're sitting there scrolling around, you've typed in whatever it is that you think you're watching or looking for, and then all of a sudden what happens? Something catches your eye over on the side. Why does it catch your eye, guys?
Because it has a pretty thumbnail.
Or you're like, wow, that's unusual, or it has a title.
Right.
Make a custom thumbnail for every video.
Yeah.
And I was dealing with Jason over at Big Bear Homestead. You don't need to take a ton of time. I use one video editing software, and that's Premiere Pro by Adobe. This guy, and I got to tell you, Jason, why were you going into After Effects? After Effects is like a professional 3D compositing program that you use to make laser beams and.
Not needed.
And I'm just like, dude, why are you taking so much time? Throw up a picture and a title.
I mean, if you're making a cooking video, take a shot of
the food,
the final product, and then put up a real cool title to it.
Yeah. Think about how it is that you consume YouTube and then recreate it. Like if you're just sitting there watching and you're like, oh, that's interesting to me, take note. Why did it make it interesting to you? It doesn't,
Let's since we're on the topic of editing software, you use Adobe Premiere Pro, which is a subscription that we have gotten through homeschooling. We got a good deal on it. $199.
Yes. And it actually ticks me off. It used to be, and this isn't, it still is now actually, guys. That you used to buy a piece of software and you get a disk and you stick it in your computer and you would install it and then it'd be great to go for 2 or 3 years, and then they would upgrade you, and now everything's changed and you don't own the disk. I mean, you never owned the software.
No.
But now it's subscription. You always did. But it's just so frustrating. Yeah. And I hate it, but it's the cheapest way we've found to go without using free. And I wanted to point out Wondershare. I just saw Wondershare. If you've got a PC, there's nothing wrong with Windows Movie Maker. If you got a Mac, there's really iMovie's great. Yeah. But free software that you can go download right now: Wondershare, Showbox, OpenShot. Keep in mind though that a lot of these guys are what they do is they get you using the software and they go, hey, wouldn't it be really nice if you could have like black and white or sepia tone or all these things, and then they convince you that you got to give them $15. Right. I'm going to say this again, and I've said it a billion times: content is king. Nobody is watching J0 because he is Steven Spielberg, because J0 would be the first person to tell you, I have no idea why people watch me. I love J0 and he's a great guy. Nobody is sitting down to watch him because he just remade Band of Brothers. He's not. It's about what he is about, and people are drawn to him because they like him and they like his content. Yeah. Content is king, and you're right, Empty Hammock. He is just a dude. And and so don't let tech get in the way. People will watch you based on
what your video's about,
and if they like you.
Exactly. If they like you and what you're talking about, they'll watch your video. I watch some of the most pixelated videos.
Horrible.
But I love what is going on.
And I'm not talking about
video.
J-No.
No. There are some out there that are just. Ugh.
Yeah, and when we first started doing the homesteading thing, there was not a lot good to watch.
No,
but we were like, I guess we'll learn how to do chickens like this, because there was not a Justin Rhodes.
Right. I mean, I think the first video we watched was the Joel Salatin video, but it was not his video.
It was somebody with a hand cam.
With a phone. And it was a terrible video, but the content was amazing.
And that, guys, is absolutely important.
Mm-hmm.
Content is king. Yep. And also, when I was in a band, guys, we were on a record label, and you'd see these other bands, and everybody was all trying to get doing the same thing. And the bottom line is this, and this is the truth, Scout's honor. If you just don't quit, right, eventually you're going to find enough people that you can have a crowd base.
Yeah.
Just don't quit.
Right.
Keep putting stuff out.
Right.
So, all right.
You like John.
No, I know what he means.
Oh my goodness.
Can we have just a moment to recognize the great editing of Justin Rhodes? Well, I don't know if nothing. I love Justin Rhodes. Okay, let's move on. No, he's actually a great guy. Big Family Homestead thumbnails. They are really easy to understand and see. Brain dead babes. Okay.
Okay, Doc. What?
Squirrel?
Squirrel. FEMA camps? Oh, brother. I hope not.
Let's talk a little bit more about stuff that's going to get your channel recognized quicker, faster. Actually, here's an interesting thing, guys. A lot of people wonder, how does YouTube figure out how much money your channel's worth?
Yeah.
How do they go, you get X dollars where this other channel gets a lot of dollars? Why? Right. Because if you guys don't know, there is a website called Social Blade. Social Blade, like a knife. Mm-hmm. And you can go onto that website and you can type in anybody's channel and they'll tell you stats on that channel.
Yeah. How many videos they have, how many subs they have, where they're rated in YouTube sub list, and how much money they make.
Well, and that's the funny thing, because I went and looked at our channel, and our channel says that we will make either $70 or $1,000.
That's kind of big.
And I'm kind of hoping for $1,000.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Because it ain't close to that, guys. It is not. Scout's honor. And that's what I kind of wanted to tell you about. YouTube has what they call a CPM. Mm-hmm. CPM. And there's different acronyms for it, but it's cost per impression, cost per view, and advertisers and YouTube come to an agreement on what they think your channel will be able to provide advertisers in terms of a return, mm-hmm, an ROI, return on investment.
Right.
Okay. I did some research, and the average YouTube channel has about $2 per 1,000 videos watched. Mm-hmm. That means if somebody comes on and watches this replay tomorrow, if by some miracle we got 1,000 views on this, we made $2. Yeah. So for the hour of filming and the hour of preparation that it took, we made $1 an hour. Oh. So that goes back to, why are you doing this? Why do you even have a YouTube channel? Because I got to tell you, I've worked cheap, but $1 an hour is pretty low.
Yeah.
That CPM, guys, can go up or down based on a lot of factors, and there are things that you can do to change that. For example, let's just say that your particular thrust of your channel is stuff that lots and lots and lots and lots of people want. like cooking videos.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has to eat.
Right.
Cooking videos go up a CPM, right?
Mm-hmm.
So more advertisers are willing to go, yeah, I really want to jump on there because everybody has to eat. Now, you could have also, alternatively, channels that have lots of subscribers, but all they do is political divisiveness and they irritate people. And advertisers are like, I'm not so sure I want to be associated with that.
Right.
So even though you may have lots of views and lots of subs, you may not make a lot of money because your CPM is low.
Right.
So anyway.
Where do you find music that doesn't break the copyright on YouTube?
Yes. There are several royalty-free audio sites. Don't try and use music you heard on the radio. YouTube will flag it and you will get in trouble. And if you do it more than a few times, they will ban you. They have software bots that listen to everything. They look at everything. If you tried to put in a picture of Bugs Bunny, they're going to flag it.
Right. And
then you're going to get bounced. So don't do that.
No.
There are several audio, they call them royalty free, meaning I pay a premium now so that I have the right to use this audio. If you guys watch our videos, there's nothing in there that's like anything you heard on the radio. But we have we've paid for royalty free music. In terms of a couple of the places that I like, there's a place called Audio Blocks. You can make your own, like
right.
Empty Hammock. He makes his own on GarageBand. I make my own custom-made music too, but for me, I don't have time to turn it around every day.
Yeah.
There's no way, because I make a video every day.
Right.
And there's no way for me to sit down with my guitar and my drum machines and stuff and do it. So I personally use a service called Digital Juice, like zeros and ones, Digital Juice. And they're amazing. You pay a one-time fee, but then you get a lifetime of content for as many downloads as you want. And you can go through their library of tens of thousands of songs to find exactly something that works for your video. And I download like 10 different things and then go, okay, this works, this doesn't work. And then I fit it in. But that way, I'm not worried whether my videos are going to get flagged.
No.
I'm not.
No.
They flagged a video of our daughter's recital for copyright. Oh my gosh.
Now, can you if you put up a video of your daughter's recital, and because it has music on it that's copyrighted, can you unmonetize it?
Yes.
And then they won't flag it, right?
Yes. If you don't monetize a video, will they still flag it for content?
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have done it both ways, and actually we've been flagged both ways. But once you say it's not monetized, you uncheck it. You're saying, I'm not making money on this. 99% of the time, they let you off the hook and they don't care.
Right.
Because nobody's making money off of it at that point, not even YouTube. Well, they still make money, but that's a whole other story.
Do you have the source, the music descriptions in the video?
I know. Where are you at?
Right, Haas and Pfeffer Homestead. Do you have to source the music in the description?
Haas and Pfeffer Homestead. Here's the thing, guys. My opinion is don't use something you do not own the rights to use. You will get burned.
Right.
Don't be like, yeah, this is the Bloodhound Gang and blah, blah, blah. No. Because what happens is the people who own those copyrights, and it's generally not even the band or the musician, because they traded off their copyright to be on a publisher. Whoever owns that copyright is going to viciously come after you because you are money they're not getting.
Right.
So generally speaking, unless you're doing what's called free use, and that's a video all to itself. Palmetto Paratrooper. Record labels, yes and no. Palmetto, it's more the copyright holder, which is 99% not the record label. It's not the record label. It's the publisher.
Right.
And I know this for a fact because I actually have my own publishing company because I was on a record label. But the way that it works is that when you're an artist, you don't have a way to police everybody that's trying to use your music and use your this and use your that. That's the publisher's job. The publisher gets you all over these places and they collect all this revenue. And then in exchange for 51%, they own the controlling stake.
Mm-hmm.
Then they give you 49% and or whatever deal you've made. But for your, I'm just going to sit back and take a check. They're the pit bull. They go out, they go get the money, they deal with it. They're the ones that have teams of lawyers that come get you and say, you use this, I want my pay, or else you get nothing. And the artist gets, that's it's a good thing and a bad thing. The artists generally don't want to deal with it. They're just generally saying, I'd rather give you the controlling stake and I don't care. And that exactly, I don't know if a lot of you guys remember, but do you guys remember, it was Weird Al Yankovic. You know, the guy that makes the funny parody songs? He generally asks an artist, hey, I want to do a parody of your song. And generally they say, sure. Well, Coolio, remember that rap guy with the crazy hair? Weird Al did a parody called Amish Paradise based off of his gangster song, right? Gangster's Paradise.
Right.
Well, the issue was the copyright owner, who is not Coolio, said, sure. And then when Coolio found out, Coolio was pissed.
Yeah.
And Coolio tried to come after Weird Al, and Weird Al's like, I got permission. I did it. I know what your problem is. Take your millions of dollars and go away.
Right. Right.
And so there is a case in point, guys. Coolio didn't own the copyright. He didn't. He traded off his controlling share to a publisher, and the publisher said, yeah, sure, we like money. Why wouldn't we?
Right, exactly. That's funny. Look how I'm white and nerdy.
Yeah, white and nerdy is hilarious.
Yeah.
So guys, we are going to continue doing these tech talks. There is so much to this. There's huge mountains of data. I've been doing it since I've been 16. Everything from copyrights to waveforms to video, pixelization, how compression works, how to get away with marking, how not to get in trouble, how to be honorable.
Right.
And it'll help your channel. But we're already over time, guys, so I don't want to continue on. But I only honestly hit about 3 things on this page. So we're going to continue doing it on Thursday nights. And thank you. Thank you so much for coming out. Questions before I go. If you guys want to private message me something that's a little more or less public, you can private message me. Just understand that if it's basic stuff, guys, I'm probably not going to have time to give you a detailed answer.
Right.
I'll give you a quick answer. So anyway.
I'm Krista.
And I'm not. And thank God for that. You guys have a great night.
Bye.
We'll continue on next week, next Thursday. See you guys later.